This video is going to be about wholesalers who are coming to your home wanting to purchase your house. So just want to explain to you just a little bit about wholesalers, what they are, what they do. Sometimes they don't always disclose that to you. I'm not an attorney. This is not legal advice. And this is also not a video on how to be a wholesaler. Those are all over the internet on how to make some quick money being a wholesaler. So I'm Tony Anderson, Real Estate of Colorado, 23 years in the business. We own our own company, Real Estate of Colorado, my wife Cindy and I do. So these guys approach you as someone wanting to pay cash for your home. They're going to pay cash for your home and they'll give you either a deposit or a down payment or earnest money and a contract. They want you to sign a contract. Oh, excuse me, they like to use the word approve an agreement. It sounds so much nicer, it's more friendly. So as long as you agree with this or approve of this agreement, then they've locked you in and you can't sell with a realtor or sell it yourself. You are now stuck with this contract that totally protects them, not you. What they do is once they get the contract signed, then they go look for a buyer. They don't have the money to buy this property usually. They're not, and they don't intend to. They are going to find a cash buyer for your home and then keep the difference between what you agreed to take for the home and what they can find a cash buyer to pay. In this market, it's a pretty hot market right now, so they're willing to pay a lot. So just for signing a contract with you, giving you a $5,000 or whatever earnest money, you're tied up, but you're excited because, hey, you're going to get your property sold. Let's just say that your house is really worth $700. These guys will offer you less than that, maybe $600 or so. They're going to keep the difference. But they tell you, hey, you don't have to pay a commission. You don't have to pay to fix it up. You know, it's going to be as is. And you don't have to clean it up. You don't have to show it. So it's all this convenient stuff. Okay. They go out and try to find a buyer for your home. And then what they do is that they assign this new buyer and they put language in the contract that allows them to do that they can determine how the title will read at any given time, which means that they can find another buyer and assign that person to the property. And then they keep the difference. So you agree to $600, they get $750 for the house. They get to keep the difference, minus a few costs that they'll have, but not a lot. And they'll even ask you to pay for the title fees and whatnot as well. So you got to be real careful of that. The contracts are not illegal, just so you know. I'm not trying to be a whistleblower for illegal activity. It's just not ethical in my opinion. I don't like the feeling of it. Other wholesalers swear by what they're doing, but they're basically buying cheap, selling high, keeping the difference. That's what wholesale is, right? You buy it wholesale, you pay for you sell it retail, and you keep the difference. But they protect themselves in this contract, like I mentioned before, with verbiage such as that they can terminate all the way to the day before closing based on inspection if they do find something wrong with the house. That's their little out. There could be other ones as well in those contracts. So if they don't find a buyer who's willing to pay enough to make it worth it for them, they'll just terminate, they'll bail out on you, even though all the way up to the day of closing based on inspection. So now you thought you sold the house, you're excited, you told your friends, you got another house you're going to buy, contingent on this one. And the whole thing falls through because that wholesaler could not find a buyer that would pay, you know, what he wanted to get for a difference to make it worthwhile for him. So that's wholesaling. And it's not illegal, but you got to be aware that you're tying your house up so that you can't sell it yourself if that's what you want to do, or be able to hire a realtor like me to protect you, guide you through the process, and even get you more money. Because in contrast, I would want to show you what your home is really worth It also show you a trajectory of where the market's going, okay? Cindy and I both have our Certified Value Specialist designation, which means we've studied the methodology on the value of homes. And we all know it's a seller's market, and there's very low inventory and a lot of buyers out there. But I just want you to understand the way those guys work. So we own Real Estate of Colorado, and we list homes, and we also work with buyers. We put in our contracts, guys, that you can cancel at any time without cost or obligation prior to being under contract. So you're never going to be locked in. So even after commissions, taxes, title fees, HOA fees, if you have them, you're going to net more money with a good realtor who's going to care about your net and, more importantly, the process of the whole sale of your home from the very beginning until closing and even after closing. So that's what I'm here to tell you. Be careful of wholesalers. They're not evil, bad people. It's not illegal. It's just really great for them because they just get a contract. They go out and try to sell your contract. It's what it's called. They're marketing the contract. And they could make $100,000 or $50,000 or whatever just for doing that. I'd rather see you get the money. So Tony and Cindy Anderson, Real Estate of Colorado, 23 years in the business. Hit this little subscribe doodad over here, this little red button, and hit the little bell, and that'll notify you whenever we have more things like this that are helpful for you. So Tony and Cindy Anderson, Real Estate of Colorado, 23 years in the business. We're here to help you.